Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Jalen Foxall.
Jalen Foxall, I believe, wants to tell the court that he wants to hire his own lawyer, but does not want his case set for trial. And he is present. I spoke with him yesterday. Hey, Kyle. Sure. Spoke with all these people yesterday.
Where's Jimmy King?
Well, he's in custody.
Oh,
Get off
oh,
the cell phone.
okay.
Give me that phone. Here, I just told it once. Give it. Give me the phone. Get up. Get up.
Sir, when you don't obey, you will be held in contempt of court and you are taken into custody immediately. You have to follow the rules. Thank you. Hydrick Davis. We're gonna have to bring him back and make some findings. He failed his drug test, which is why he's vertically calling, trying to use the phone, I guess. Who's on who represented Mr. Davis?
Yeah.
That's me. Okay, he failed his drug test and
What's the photo?
it's marijuana, THC. Where's his file, Mr. Davis?
You should have it, Judge.
Okay. Well, he tried to use his phone when they were putting him in custody, and he fought. He kind of wrestled with him a little bit there, which is not a good thing. Hydrick Davis, please.
Squeeze should be in the back.
He's had some kind of medical event.
Mm-hmm.
He got stabbed. They had to drag him out of the cell. They have no medicine.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Davis has had a medical event and he's been taken away to the hospital, but he failed his drug test. So his bond is to be revoked. When he is well, we'll bring him back and have a hearing on the bond, but he failed his drug test, which is a condition of bond. So he will be placed in custody, and when released, he will not be just ambling out of there. Who's ready for this position?
He signed up.
Okay, come on up, sir.
We're making it happen.
Okay, who we have here?
This is Steve Martin. Steve Martin again.
It was Stevie Ray, or Steve Ray Martin.
Thank you.
1931467 is now called. Here, this is Mr. Baker. The state of Texas versus Steve Martin, who is present with his attorney, Mr. Adams, and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this motion to revoke probation filed on June 10th of 2022? Can we proceed at summary? And in summary, Mr. Martin, this motion alleges that on January 31st of 2022, you were sentenced to 2 years in the state jail. That was suspended. You were placed on regular probation for 5 years for burglary of a building. Is that true in this court? Number one, states you failed to report to the Orange County Probation Office from February 11th, 2022, and essentially you never reported. And we had placed you on probation 11 days before that, and you were an absconder, and that was you were AWOL from probation until you were arrested recently, correct? About what day were you arrested? It was last month, in November of this year, of 2023. All right, that's going on 2 years, but you had never reported, did you? Okay. That is what this alleges, that you failed to report on February 11th and March 25th and February 23rd, all of 2022, as directed by the court in violation of your probation order. Is that true and correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading true to this violation voluntarily?
Yes,
and
sir.
because it is true.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand by a knowing and voluntary plea of a truth, that's to a violation of probation, that is enough to grant this motion to revoke probation by a preponderance of the evidence or greater? Your probation can be revoked now. You could be sentenced to no less than 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail. Knowing that, you insist on pleading truth and both.
Yes, sir.
I find you are pleading truth voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading truth. An agreement's been reached where your probation would be revoked. You would be sentenced to 15 months in the state jail, given credit for all time creditable in service that you actually accrued. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this, you have no right of appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document, understand it, discuss it with your attorney? Are the contents true and correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence?
No objection.
Without objection admitted. Among other things, this states that this agreement, if I follow it, you understand that you are giving up all rights of appeal.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else to add? Pre-sentence report waived here.
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir.
All right. If nothing further, I'm going to find that you have pleaded true to this motion to revoke probation voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently. That is to violation 1 of this motion to revoke probation. That is sufficient to support this motion to revoke probation. If granted by preponderance of the evidence or greater, your probation is revoked. You were hereby sentenced to confinement in the state jail for 15 months. You will be given credit for all time accrued. And generally, failing to report to probation is not so serious, but in this unusual case, you never reported, and from the beginning, and you absconded and were gone for almost 2 years, and it's obvious that that's serious and that it has a price to pay, which is 15 months. Okay, good luck to you. Yes, sir. That is
Mr. Lewis wants to know if his client, Kevin Jackson, can be released. That's the one that he said he was not ready.
stand by. Thank you.